If we take a look at Luna Classic, we can see that Luna Classic is very much still in a massive downtrend. So as of now, there is no reason to assume that Luna Classic is bullish. One would also make the case that if you draw your uptrend from the downside, that the uptrend is still holding as well. So could there be more room to the downside for a move down and something like this? Absolutely. But I think the consensus here would be that we're in a bull run, so at some point Luna Classic should run. And as long as it's out or inside of this downtrend, there's no reason to assume that it will run. So if we actually zoom in, we can take a fib from this high here and draw it down to the low. And you can see that if we put our fib on logarithmic, we briefly spiked over the 618, but we were unable to break the 786. If you pull your fib down to here, you can see beautifully we came right to the 786. So we will mark this 18 level, and we'll say that as long as we're below 18, we're still bearish. Now if we pull our fib all the way back to here, we'll mark 19, and we'll say this 18 to 19 range is essentially what we need to break. We'll put our little box there, and we can get rid of this, and we can get rid of this. So finally, if we draw our fib from the all-time high down to the low, you can see that the 618 retracement is where we got stuck at 24. So we can mark 24, and then we'll put our fib on non-log and essentially give us the same price of 25, which is our 382. So once again, we'll mark a box here and we'll delete everything else. So we can come to the consensus that as long as Luna Classic is below 20 to about 25, there's no reason to assume that it's bullish, which means that even if it spikes up like this and it doesn't get through, it's actually still bearish, which would mean that Luna Classic will not have a bull run. However, if we do see Luna Classic push through this, and we do draw our fib from the high down to the low, Luna Classic breaking through this 26 level would ultimately send us all the way up to as high as the 1618, which is about 91. All right. So this area up here would be the first area for a potential top for Luna Classic, in my opinion, which if we measure from the bottom to the top is about a 17x. And if Luna Classic breaks through this 91, then we could again move higher to this 14 to 11 level, which would be from the bottom. If I can grab the measurement tool, that would be about a 24x to a 27x from the bottom, and then so on and so forth, okay? So unfortunately, as of now, there's no reason to assume that Luna Classic is going to go to 1 cent, although it is a fib up here on the logarithmic terms, but there's no reason to assume that Luna Classic is going up here. Clearly, as long as it's below 18 to 23, and even more so until it gets over 16. So if Luna Classic can get over 16, we have reason to believe it'll go to 1 cent. But as long as it's below these two levels down here, there's no reason to assume that Luna Classic is going to 1 cent. As always, none of this is financial advice.